Hey guys, how's it going? Hester781 here. It's that time of year. Time to get the mowers back up to snuff and prepare for a whole another season of fighting leaves and weeds and grass and repeat. This is our mower. It's the primary mower. It's been in my family since new. When I say new, I want to say 2006, 5, 6, 7, something like that. It's a Craftsman LT 2000, 18 horse Intech, Briggs and Stratton. It's been a great unit. It's really hasn't been used that much in the past 10 years. It was at my parents' house, and they ended up having their own landscaping service. So anyway, I inherited it, and I used it all last season, no problems, but it's never really been gone through, serviced, so to speak. I mean, it's had oil changes, and that's about it. So I sort of took this opportunity with the whole COVID-19 going on, with, places being closed and not much else to do otherwise. And, well, obviously did a nice oil change, changed the spark plug. That's brand new. The other one didn't even look bad, but just, cheap maintenance. But one of the things I am going to be doing is the front end bushings. That's a little loose, and I can't really wiggle it right now, but you can kind of hear there's two bushings inside this steering knuckle, and that's sort of what this video is going to be on. I've changed these before, but I sort of noticed that there's no real videos that I could find on servicing the front end on any of these, the Craftsman, Husqvarna, MTD mowers. These are all sort of they're cut from the same cloth. So I got a kit on eBay. Comes with the bushings. Yeah, they're supposed to be split. 2 on each side. And it actually came with these little bushings, and those are for the tie rod ends, which I don't think, well, they got some play to them. But why not? Why not change them and keep things good as long as you can? Sort of what got me thinking about doing this is my mother-in-law, her Craftsman, she's at an LT 1000. These were, it basically collapsed in the yard. It wore through this pipe to the point where it snapped off the weld, and there were no bushings to be spoken of anywhere. So, really easy to do. Little E-clip up top, C-clip, E-clip. If it's got a little nub in the middle, I call it an E because it looks like a little E. But call it what you want. And then there's a washer on the top. You see the witness mark from the E-clip. Underneath, oh, it's a little stuck. There is a spacer. And here, oh, falls right out, is the old bushing. Followed by, on the bottom here, it usually sits down there, slides this up, and there's the other old one. You can see, kind of, right there is really thin, right there is really thick. They do wear, they definitely do wear, that's why they're there. And on the bottom here, in case it sticks to your bushing, there is another washer. I got to take that all apart, clean it, because there's dirt and grime in there. The reason they wear out is because nobody greases these. Even from the factory, there was no grease in there. I recently just pumped a couple squirts in to make sure it wasn't, sometimes these little grease fittings can get painted over and they won't let grease flow in. But just another example of beautiful factory greasing. These are the original wheels and tires. They've never been off. And like I said, this machine hasn't had much use. I'll zoom in. That little tiny squirt of grease. Oop. Terrible angles. That little tiny pump of grease is all you get. The other side, it's maybe a blob more, but that is it. It doesn't even make it out to the actual bushings. Sorry, battery died. The grease doesn't even make it out to the bushings, and these are steel. I wonder if it's a steel impregnated with oil or something, but it's definitely a soft steel, and it just presses right into there. Those are replaceable, obviously. They do sell them online really cheap. What to look for is, you see that shiny spot on the axle? There's a washer that goes in there. That has just started to wear through the paint. There isn't even a groove in the metal yet. But the key word is yet. And that's the worst of the two sides. This one, it's more evenly taking the paint off, but still, there's no ridge. So that's why I'm glad I'm catching this now. I only removed that bushing for demonstrational, understandational purposes. If you were to replace these yourself, let me just pull this back out. Alright, that's not going to come back out. If you were to replace these yourself, get yourself a nice long, obnoxiously long punch. Doesn't have to be this long. This is specifically a bearing race punch, but you could do it with any punch you have. You just stick it in and you'll feel the lip. If you go straight up and down, you'll fall through, but you feel the lip, and you just give this a bunch of bang bang, other side, bang bang, and they come right out. They really, they don't fight, or they haven't fought me yet, and I've done, geez, must be over a dozen of these anyway. Installation, they're not too finicky. I don't like taking risks with damaging the face, so I get myself 1.1/8 half-inch drive socket and set it right up over there and just give this a bunch of whacks and it'll fall right into place. Let me get you in the stand. Alright, like I was saying, installation, get yourself all lined up, and 1, 2, 3. You can hear it when it's seated. It'll make a sort of a louder metal bang. And it's that simple. Easy way to prevent future issues. I have, like I said, replaced this axle in the past, and it's not that it's hard to do, because it is an easy job, but why do it if you catch it early? One other thing that I'm trying to catch, hold on one second. Alright, and thanks to the magic of YouTube and video editing, you didn't have to watch me clean it all up. All I did was just a little brass brush, nice and gentle, just to get all the dirt out of the way. This isn't a perfect science. It's a lawnmower. It's going to get dirty tomorrow. Little bit of grease. I got this Mag 1. Can you see? Wheel bearing grease. It's really, it doesn't have to be anything specific. Just a little lubrication. Then I already slid the washer down. Got that in there. Take one of my new bushings, and again, I'm just gonna coat the shaft, insert, joke where you find it appropriate. I know you're thinking it. Lube it all up. Bushing just slides on, and it is just plastic, but it is the only means of defense between this spindle wearing this out and vice versa. So, and I'm going to pump this full of grease anyway afterwards, but sometimes, as you know, that doesn't always work nicely. Line it up nicely, and a little bit of lube for the top. Slide that bushing in. I can already feel a difference, believe it or not. And on top of that goes this little washer. It really doesn't fit tight. I was kind of surprised. At the end of the video, I'll show you my mistake. Then finally, the little E-clip just pushes right into the groove. Sometimes you need to help it with a little screwdriver. And that's it. Now all it needs is a couple of squirts of grease, but if you can see, compared to before, there is no movement. There will be up and down play. They're all like that. As far as I know, they don't make any shim kits for these. Go fish. But anyway, same exact procedure for the other side. Let me get you set up on here and we'll do the tie rod bushings. Alright, tie rod bushing time. Couldn't be any easier. One little cotter pin on the bottom. I already squeezed it closed. Pulls out. There's a little tiny washer underneath. And then the linkage comes up. Nothing up top as far as a washer. And then take a little screwdriver, pry that up and out. And focus. Come on. You can do it. There it is. And that's it. Nothing much to it. It doesn't really look that worn, but it's plastic, it steers, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was. I'm going to put a little bit of grease in the hole. Gives it something to rub up against. Snaps right into place, nice and tight. And of course, just a little bit of grease on the tie rod end. If you look, it's really just a very thin coat I put on there. You don't want to load these up. Obviously because of the dirt factor. You don't want a bunch of dirt sticking to the grease everywhere. I mean, it is what it is. A little dirt gets in there, it gets in there. Should be washing these things after every use, because that's what everybody does. And I'm going to go get a new cotter pin, because I'm on camera. I'm only kidding. Should always use a new cotter pin. Whenever you can. Alright. And you get that up. Sneak the cotter pin through. Grab one end. And bend it over. And that is done. Almost forgot. Most important part. The dust cap pushes right over the top washer and protects everything from coming in top wise. Alright, time out. I messed up. I took this apart a few weeks ago. I know, excuses, to make a parts list for it. And before, I had put that washer there and was wondering why it kind of looked out of place. That's because it doesn't go there. It actually goes down, let me show you on the screen, in between that bushing. I hadn't yet taken the other side apart, and I just went to do it right now, and lo and behold, I did it wrong. We all make mistakes. I just post mine on YouTube. That's it, guys. Keep this one short. I want to thank you guys for liking, commenting, subscribing. It really means a lot to me. We'll see you next time.